Firstly, we're going to talk about the Redcap family. Now, the Redcaps are divided up into 4 creature types. Firstly, the Redcap melee squad. Secondly, the Skullchucks, the Redcap melee's ranged brothers. Thirdly, we have the Banger. This little creepy maniacal dude will sprint at the heroes like a nutter and then just detonate all in one go. He's kind of like the villain's movable mind. And then fourthly, the Lobber. He's our missile man, our artillery unit. He stands at a distance and fires an explosive projectile up into the sky, which will then rain down on the heroes, causing huge amounts of damage.
The Redcaps were the first creatures we made. They are kind of based on creatures from European folklore, I believe.
There is an Old English legend, and there are creatures called redcaps. These were creatures in the wild, and they dipped their caps in the blood of their victims, and so became known as redcaps. But we thought, to give it a slightly more twisted, kind of fable-y view, that it would be funnier if the red on their caps was actually their own blood, because they knock nails into their own heads and into each other's heads as well. Just for sport, just to prove how hard they are and how stupid they are. The look of them started off a lot more cuddly. They were sort of small, dwarfish creatures with hairy noses and kind of mad hair, a bit like me.
They were trying to make them sort of like quite tribalistic, animalistic. Hyenas were used as an example as something that they were going to feel like scavengers, something like that. There's lots of bits, there's lots of bones, there's lots of straps, things that they've found. If they can't create anything, they're stupid. The textures are all sort of blotchy and torn and just dirty and skanky, and that's them.
When we were looking at doing the voice for these guys, we wanted to get a casting brief that summed that up. Like, we wanted that guttural sound to their voice.
Just like Steve.
Oh yeah, come on! You know, something that was quite scary and strange, as opposed to kind of screechy and screamy. So, yeah, we pushed them up north.
It's very scary there. We're from the south, so, you know, we're frightened of those characters.
At the shows, the Lobber tends to be the most used creature. People get great satisfaction from bombing their fellow heroes, especially if they're actually friends with the players.
Funny reaction at shows is always when people see Redcap bangers running towards them, because they have no idea what they are. They're these guys that are just suddenly running towards them, screaming, making weird noises.
Yeah. And worse than that is when you catch them before they start running, and they're literally standing there with their skin bubbling and boiling, and they're scratching themselves. They're so gross. And then they just start.
And then they start running at you, and people are like, "Should I kill that?" And it's like, "Yeah, kill it before it gets to you really quick." And they usually don't.
No.